Sidney's website. As a naturalist, as an artist, as a humanitarian, as a great person, champion of the earth, it's been a pleasure to get to know and become friends with Sidney. And what he shared with you tonight are some of the best tips that he has here for how to help you create your videos.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Please welcome Sidney Wildesmith.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, Sidney.
Yes, thank you. So coming around right now it's a little worksheet. I used to be a high school biology teacher. So worksheets are something that I can't help but want to pass out. And how many people were here last time I presented? Terrific. Well, last time that I presented, this is sort of what we covered here. I'm just going to go through this very quickly. We covered the whole spectrum. Basically, we talked about the disadvantages of having a video. It's a lot of work. It takes money. It takes time. You can get it in over your head very quickly. But there's some extraordinary advantages as well. And I'm not going to actually review these. This is what I do know. How many of you know that at some point in your lifetime here with your business or your invention, you're absolutely going to have a video? You are my people. Okay. But it's a challenge. How many people actually have a video right now that they're posted and it's up? So there's a lot of people here who need to do it. It's a challenge. It's difficult to do. Oh, I just hit the totally wrong button here. Oh, that's good. Okay. I don't need to promote out to you. Everybody is saying the same thing. You simply have to have a video. You simply have to. You're going to have that. It is the most effective way of sharing your message to the world, literally. And as well, it's extremely economical once you have your video. Okay? In the last talk, I talked about the camera formats. I'm not going to worry you with that right now. I am going to add still camera because I should have put that in here last time. When you're talking about video, you don't have to have a video camera. We'll talk about that. We talked about importing it into your computer. This is all the technical stuff. We talked about the various things you'll need to edit. That's where things get to be kind of very challenging. But here's what we're going to do today. As we go through this thing, you can kind of address all of those things. But you know what is going to be the most challenging and the most important thing you can start out with? And that's your script. How many of you have run across, you've thought about doing a video, and then you kind of go, wow, I'm supposed to do a script. Well, let's just see a show of hands here. How many of you have kind of, okay, and some of you haven't even gotten that far. This is what we're going to do today. This comes right out of high school. How many of you have your worksheet? Who needs one or something? There's a few people who perhaps look on, and I apologize, I didn't have quite enough. But this is going to be extremely easy. Just follow with me very quickly. Page number 1, it says number 1, sketch your logo. So you're going to do that actually today. Just sketch it. You don't have to get real accurate about that. If you don't have a logo, then just write in the name of your company or your brand or whatever that is. That's going to be real simple. Number 2, what is the name of your product or service? That's your business or your brand or your product, whatever it is. How do you want people to know who you are or what your product is or your service? You all know that, okay? That's why this is going to be so easy. Number 3 says, what is your byline? You almost always have a logo and then there'll be something clever underneath that kind of tells that story in a little quip or a little statement. So you could, if you don't have one, make one up. It's going to be very simple. We talk also below that is who is the video designed to influence? Very simple. This high school, circle 1 or more. This could include men. How many people here would say they might be marketing to men specifically? How about women? Okay. Children. Okay. You can go through and check whatever you want. This helps you to easily and quickly define your target audience. You have to know who you're actually trying to reach in your video. And you may, in many cases, have a variety of videos to target specific audiences. But let's today just choose the main one. Turn it over. It's actually double-sided here to save paper. You also have to understand who where are you marketing to. So it's very simple. If you're a restaurant, you're probably marketing to a locally. You may be state-based or national. It's real simple, pretty simple to fill in these questions. Who are they? Are they buyers or clients? Is that who you're trying to market to? Perhaps you're someone with a product and you're trying to reach a distributor to pick you up, right? It may be that you're actually trying to find some investors. Therefore, your video wants to appeal to them, and you need to think about that. Partners, and I have Kickstart on there, or any of these other funding sources. They're an extraordinary way to raise money these days, but you will need a video. Okay? And then you have to think about what kind of video it is. Is it a promotional video? Are you trying to basically promote yourself or your business or an idea? Or perhaps it's a demo. People already know what your product is. Perhaps you have some sales. You're already out there. Now you want to have them see how it works. Just how it works. Demonstrate it. Some people want a how-to. You have a product. You've got clients. To make it easier, you want to be able to provide a very effective video to tell them, here's what you do. Step 1, unwrap the box. Step 2, plug it in. Whatever it may be. Extremely useful to help people really know how to use what you're making. Now let's go to number 4, because this is where the rubber meets the road, and Joanne mentioned this. What problem will this address? In any kind of marketing or any kind of trying to reach out to inform people of something with a new idea or a product or a service, what is it that you're trying to address? What problem are you solving? And I want you to write, when you do this, I want you to just write that in one sentence. As well, what are the key advantages or features or procedures? And the reason I have those 3, advantages would be perhaps for a promotional video. Features might be for a demo. Procedures might be for the how-to. So just list 3, and I want one sentence for each one of those. You don't have to have 3, but have at least 1. Okay? Obviously, you want people to realize that you have some great ideas. Okay? Number 6, who would be best to provide a testimonial? Almost all marketing these days, a lot of marketing is really based on who's saying what about something. Every time I go and I want to look at some product to buy, guess what I do? I look at the reviews. How many of you do that almost religiously? So if you can get someone to endorse you or your product, particularly in video, that's an extremely effective way to have people say, you know, this looks pretty good. So who is that person that could provide a testimonial for you? And what would their message be? Just in one sentence. Just what would the message be? This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. This saved me a lot of money. I bought this for my mom and she loves it. Whatever the testimonial might be. Why is this a good value? Now you're starting to get into your selling points. How is this able to compete, let's say, with the competition? Why is this a value for people? Why should they spend their money for your product versus someone else's? So what is the value of this? In other words, what is the advantage in terms of saving you money or whatever that may be? Number 8, how should people find out more? It really is to learn more or to schedule an appointment or whatever you want to say. And then just literally put in those, if it's a phone number that they're contacting, I want you to write that in. Your phone number, your website, your email, or literally your personal address or whatever it is you want. Just fill that information in. Then you have to have what they call in sales the call to action. And that's extremely important. You need to close that deal, okay? So some of the typical ways that you might use, and you can just choose one if you want, is act now. Does that motivate you a little bit? I want to do something. Call now, right? Don't delay. So these are some choices here. You just check one, and you'll be moving very quickly down the line, down the road here to success. Ultimately, this is going to lead to something here. That's the high school side of me, okay? So then again, you can have this too. That number again to call is, you've seen that all the time on every commercial. They'll repeat it 6, 7, 8 times. The number is, you know, you don't have to have that, but that also is good. Yes? Today, okay, exactly. Very good. Right, limited time only. Exactly correct. Very good. That really focuses them to act now. Yeah. And then what again is the name of your product? And you know what I want you to do right now? Do you have any questions? Because I really, literally want you to just fill this in. Just fill in the blanks. And if you need pencils, anyone need a pencil or a pen or something like that to write with? Because as a high school teacher, I always have some, some pens. So any questions? Do it. What you're going to end up with before I'm done is the script for your video. Guaranteed. You're talking about a 3 to 5 minute video. You don't want to go much longer than that. So I'm going to help you. If you just do what I said right now, you will end up overcoming that big hurdle, and that is to get that script for your product or your service. Do it now. Yes? Yeah, have about 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
Get to it. That's a question. Okay, 5. Yes, question.
5 minutes, 2-minute warning.
Yes, sir.
Find Easy at Marketing is extremely good at creating this. The music, the background music, voiceover, that logo flashing onto the screen with the name as much as possible, impacting with the words, the key.
You know, you make my point. I failed to go. Actually, I did this for a reason. I didn't. The last sentence is music bed. Incredibly useful. Absolutely. Absolutely correct. You're absolutely right. Music. Some sort of sound. Absolutely. I can't emphasize that enough, and I appreciate that. Yes?
Where do you get, do you have to pay royalties on the music that you use?
You know, that's a tough question. If you're not making money, yeah, well, that's true. If you're not using that, if you're not selling that music as part of your promotion or your video, you're protected to some degree. I mean, you go to YouTube and everybody's using video. I mean, music, okay? But you also have to be careful because some people are really uptight about, you know, them using your music, and they should be. Musicians and other creative people really want to protect their rights. There's lots of music out there that is copyright free. There's various programs that can generate music. You're allowed to use almost 17 seconds all the time, you know, without having to worry about it. A lot of people will actually use, let's say, a copyrighted piece of music, and as long as you don't get caught or someone doesn't call you on it, it's happening all the time. However, if they do come after you, you have to be prepared to say, absolutely right, sorry, take it down, and put something else in. Let's see, I had a question. Yeah. But I'd actually like, I'm going to take us, we'll answer questions after this. I'd actually like you to focus on filling this in.
Going in. You're filling up time, I hope. You know?
Yeah. So I'm going to be quiet for a while here.
Hold on, Pat, just hold on.
Yeah.
We'll get some answered questions at one.
What?
The opening of the video, the impact of how that video comes on the screen is extremely important.
We're going to deal with that. Okay. But I'm going to be quiet now because you guys, I'm not going to walk around because I'm on camera here.
Like just like
Exactly. You see how it is? Okay. But hey, focus now. I'd see people looking up. Really, seriously, just go through this. It'll take you just a few minutes.
They might not be putting the video together, so.
Oh, no. Everybody has to have a video, right? 98% of everybody will have to have one. I have to promote that side of this. Okay, I'm going to actually wrap it up here just because we all want to get home. It's such a freezing night. Is this something? Here's the trick. Here's the trick. Now go to the last page. And just see a bunch of boxes here. This is a storyboard. This is what you simply have to do. You have to, if you really want to do this, you want to work with any professional or just yourself, you need to put this into visual format. There's your little screens. So here's what I want you to do. You'll notice that the first box has 1, 2, and 3. Put that information in there. Just draw a little, just iconographically. Just indicate that you're going to put a title or your logo there, the logo, which you were talking about. First thing has to be that logo on as you come in. That's your title, or the name. So 1, 2, and 3, just kind of put that in there. And then I'll just take number 2 and transfer it, or number 4, excuse me, and put it in the second box. Number 4 is what problem will this address? Just one sentence. Okay? And fill in the boxes and you will create automatically your storyboard. Number 5, what are the key advantages? You start selling that. And you'll also want to indicate, am I going to tell this using a still image? Am I going to use text? Am I going to use video? And put those in, if you have an image, just put a box. Or animation, sure. Well, yes, animation of stills. It depends on, did you ask the question? What's better? Well, video tells a billion words, okay? So that's always good, but it doesn't have to be. Because a still image, you can move around. You can zoom in. You can have it going across the screen. You can have half the screen with an image and have text on the side. So you don't have to have video. I mean, video is what you refer to as the unit, the whole thing. But many quality videos are a series of still images. And if you can make them move a little bit or something like that, you don't have to have a video camera. I'm doing a video, 22-minute video. It's a documentary. And it's all still images because it's historic.
Voiceover.
Right, exactly, correct.
You convey the message.
So let's do that. Carry on here. Just fill these in. 6, who would be the best to provide your testimonial? Put that person, put a little head in there, or it could be just, the testimonial could be just words, right? With the voiceover, someone reading the words, all right? Number 7, what's the good value? Now you're starting to talk about, starting to really drill into the selling points, okay? Number 8, how should people find out more? Fill it in. That's your storyboard. You're starting to come into the close now.
This is a great tool, people. I mean, you're seeing it put to use so simply, but
This will work for you. Because quite honestly, it's 3 to 5 minutes, okay? It's 3 to 5 minutes. You can't have too many words. You don't want people yummering on for 8 minutes. No one's going to watch more than 3 or 4 minutes anyway.
so there's a formula to this.
Yeah.
There's a master showing it.
3 to 5 minutes is about all you're ever going to want. You can do it in 1 minute. Look at the commercials that are 30 seconds that tell whole stories. Sure, it can be done. It costs you $1.5 million. I mean, it really comes down to your genius. Okay. Not much more. Okay. Also, so anyways, how many people have been able to successfully kind of fill this in on the storyboard part here? It may be asking a little much for the time that we have. Okay?
Yeah, I've got a question about your storyboard.
Yes.
11 separate images here.
11 topics, yes.
Yeah, 11 topics. Now, in at least one of these, you want to convey the message like the phone number, the email,
Correct.
and so on.
Correct.
And that takes a little bit more time than a picture of a dead bed bug, for example.
I don't know. That can be. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. Call now, 888-446-6144. That doesn't take a lot of time.
Bed bug behind it.
Then you have the dead bed bug behind it. This is really, listen, there's so many ways to go about this. You're going to have to be the creative person on that, or talk to me, okay? I can definitely help you do this and put this. Then, you know, once you put this together, if you come to a videographer with this, work it out. Then the bottom line on this is then finesse it, okay? Then finesse it, okay? Work out the words, really craft it down. But quite honestly, if you just do what I said here and put that into this thing, you come to a videographer with this, and they'll be able to give you an accurate quote on what it's going to cost you. Because everyone comes up to me and they say, so how much is it going to cost for a video? And it's like, I'm an artist, so it's like saying, you know, how much is it going to cost to paint the ceiling? Well, I say, if you want it white, that's one thing, but if you want the Sistine Chapel, okay. So, but this is really, this hones it in really fast, really easily. You don't want to oversell it. And this covers the points you have to cover. Okay? Any questions?
1, 2 questions, Pat?
Yes.
Questions, Pat?
Yes.
On my Fox Channel 6 news video, our website, the website's on there, the same as my tip-out dispenser. That website name is shown on the beginning of that website.
Right,
The video
exactly.
and at the end, too.
And that's ultimately why on 11 here I say, what again is the name of your product? Coming in, going out. You want to end, open, and close with the name of your product. Exactly correct. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Time's up, folks.
All right.
Sidney
Thanks.
Wildesmith.
All right,
Yeah,
Sidney
great.
Wildesmith.
Excellent.
Do it.